Is your character not as agile as you would like?
Karluk looks at Euphemia and says, I really wish he would have missed, and then just falls over.
Is DM's grace in short supply?
Oh, and the candles go out
Yeah.
on the Minotaur's horns.
Is compassion not your character's strong suit?
Minotaur more like beef or more like cannibalism? So I'm asking for a friend.
Is persuasion your dump stat?
Be prepared for a caster. Please do not move on their own.
There's no caster here.
Listen long enough, and you too might learn how to roleplay 8 Charisma.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It is time for another episode of Roleplay 8 Charisma, where last time we heard someone say Grick Crick, but this time we're going to have, as always, the most wounded player. Seppi, who was the most wounded player last time?
Oh, according to my bookkeeping, it would be the great and mighty Thrall, bear tank of us all. Let's see, I'm doing a little like rhyme stuff because I'm really sympathizing with the plight of the Minotaurs.
I see that. So Thrall, why don't you give us a summary of what happened last session?
All right. So here we were, finally reaching the Wave Echo Cave, and we found ourselves entrenched in a battle with more bugbear and dire wolves. So when you see a dire wolf, what are you going to do if you're a Zakai like me? You turn into a dire wolf, and then you start fighting with them. So we ended up taking out the dire wolves and the bugbears, except for one bugbear who had horns on his head that appeared to be of a Minotaur make, and that were recognized by Karluk. There was some minor talking. Then there was some fleeing because the Minotaur needed to die. Not the Minotaur, sorry. The bugbear needed to die. And then the bugbear ran off. We tracked it down, finished it off, worked our way deeper into the Wave Echo Cave. Oh, and also two things we heard. We heard the constant rhythmic wave crashing, even though we're nowhere near the ocean. So that keeps repeating itself through the cave. And then we also heard after, I think it was Karluk set off a thunder wave because that summons everything. We started to hear the tones of Grick, 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 which is some sort of goblin summoning ritual that we've heard once before. And then when we went delve deeper into the caves, we found one of our fallen dwarven comrades who had appeared to be dead for some time, not an extensive time, but some time. And then I believe as we were investigating, some of us ran into a live goblin, and that is about where we're at. We mostly just fought.
Oh, there are a couple of arcane footnotes that I just want to add for some flavor. Number one, I got to do what the opposite of necromancy is, body decomposition on those various bugbear creatures, because it was just fitting considering what they did to Cowlick's people. And I got to see purple lightning. Is it purple Shadeen lightning? Or is it black lightning? What was this great beam of universal force that we got to see last time?
Oh, it's black lightning, which looks purple and makes white things glow.
That's great. Black lightning. That's a very Robert the Zombie Necromancer kind of move. Yeah, I remember that. That's a flashback. Takes me way back.
I don't know what that has to do with me, but okay.
I have a halfling footnote too, Russ.
Great. Rafe, go ahead.
My halfling footnote to that summary is that I believe we've renamed Thunderwave to Moradin's monster summoning spell. I think that was official.
That sounds right. And then also, Karluk, how did the horns on the bugbear make you feel?
Deep sadness. The deepest of sadness.
Yes, and we have collected them, and we're going to give a proper burial later. Those are one of the few possessions that I took from this.
Yes,
and
there is some theory that the horns the bugbear are wearing once belonged to a Minotaur that Karluk may have done. Also, very good summary, John. Take a point of inspiration for your summary there.
I already have inspiration if anybody needs it.
I always need inspiration because I burned through it like you wouldn't believe. And still roll ones. Let me see. Do I need it? No, I don't. Oh my gosh. It's the first time.
And also, the reason there's a little bit of confusion about goblins is no goblin has been spotted. However, The wolf, with his keen hearing, that'd be Thrall in dire wolf form, he heard. So the bugbear, as he started to try to escape, yelled, "Grick, Grick," and then you guys cut him down. But then the wolf thinks he hears "Grick, Grick" in lower or higher pitch, but quieter tones coming somewhere from, exactly where that arrow is pointing right now on the screen, off to your sort of right as you're standing here. And as John also mentioned, there is it looks like maybe a campsite here or something, where there's an old fire pit that's burnt out, and some bags of supplies, some shovels and picks, and of course the body of a dead dwarf. What would you all like to do? Things have kind of calmed down. Your adrenaline has, your battle fury has worn off as you've recently slain this bugbear, and only the wolf hears that quiet little noises.
I'm gonna check the dwarf. I'm gonna see if he's my kin.
All right.
I had the stone out for doing that purpose.
Yeah.
Yes, the stone does glow. The dwarf, as you inspect him, Joe, make a insight check.
I'm actually good with this one.
Oh, you're really insightful now.
An 8.
I am as good as I've ever been.
It's a dwarf, but also with an 8, that's really about all you notice, Joe, is it's a dwarf and that the stone does glow very faintly when you put it near him.
I guess he's less than my kin over time.
Well, yeah, that's the question. It goes in relationship to the blood. Next time Ulrich bleeds, I want to try this out. I'm very excited about all these things having to do with people and parts. And this also reminds me of a situation that I thought about earlier. There's I speak Dwarven, and there's the classic Dwarven song, Grick, Grick, I chopped him down. Grick, Grick, that horrible sound. Grick, Grick, that goblin, I chopped him down. It was by Nanciest of the Sinatras, but I don't know if you people remember any of that.
Wow. Derek, do your necrophilia on this and see if it's one of my kin.
I think you got that wrong. I think you got that word wrong there, Ulrich. I will use the combination of the stone, my newfound knowledge from Haman Kust, and my staff to see if this dwarf has been desanguinated.
Oh, excellent. Okay, why don't you make an insight check and have advantage because you were looking for a specific thing and you have read the varied works of a necromancer.
And desanguinated.
And you used desanguinated properly in a sentence.
Desanguinated.
You have advantage. So your first roll is a 10.
Yeah, so that's a 19.
That's a great roll, but you might even do better. Oh,
and then that's 28.
19. Okay, that song feels oddly appropriate, but in any case, the dwarf has been sanguinated. Actually, his throat.
Sanguinated or desanguinated?
Desanguinated. He has less blood than he started with. Yeah. So his Ulrich, if he'd been a little more thoughtful and kind of rolled him over, he would have noticed that his throat has been cut from one side all the way to the other. But what's interesting is there's not a lot of blood on the ground, a little bit, but most of the blood is missing. And Ulrich, you couldn't help but kind of watch this as Pyrex going through the motions here. And you do think his face is familiar, but you can't quite place it. But I think I know him. This guy's been dead for a bit, and he definitely has a lot less blood than he's supposed to.
I console Ulrich. Oh, Ulrich, I know it's sacred to your people to let the beards of the dead lie where they are. So this is not surprising you didn't see this horrible gaping neck wound. But can I get you to look closer into his face?
I will. He who says I'm not alone has never listened to Moradin, who is always with him. I say a prayer over him. And then I'm going to kind of look at him and, look him closely in the face and say, and see if he's a Frostbeard deep down inside.
Why don't you do a history check with advantage?
No, that's even worse.
Can I help him out? I'm really good at the histories.
Let's get advantage.
Yeah, but you might not know his family well, so.
I feel like I'm knowing their family on a closer and closer level every night.
You already got advantage, so.
Okay.
12.
13, right? Or you got a -1 on history? Okay.
Yes, I am -1.
But that's good enough. It's only a DC 10 to recognize a family member. It is actually Tharden, Gundren's brother.
It is Gundren's brother.
Bum bum bum.
You also know that
How do you
Gundren's
spell
family
that there,
was
Russ?
prolific, so he's got quite a few brothers.
I hope he did not forget to pray this morning because Moradin did not wake him up.
Russ, how do you spell that?
Tharden is Tharden.
Alec's going to play a little funeral tune.
Ooh, dirge. Is it a dirge? I didn't mean to put words in your mouth or songs in your heart.
It's a desanguinated dirge.
Desanguinated dirge. A dirge of resanguinization.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
We don't use that word very often in campaigning, so this is fun. All right. So yes, and okay. Would anybody else like to do anything?
I feel like Shadeen and our halfling leader, they haven't done anything specific. So we've been doing a lot. You want to do anything specific there? Universal magnet of universal energy and greatness?
No, I'm just sitting here being the center of the universe. That takes a lot of extra effort.
What about you, troublemaker leader person? You got any insights on what we should be doing?
I do, Pyric. I really think we should be going up those ramps, but I didn't want to go by myself or trigger an avalanche or spiders or something. So we should take care of Gundren's brother and I'll go check out what's up the ramp. Maybe Shadeen will go with me.
You want to scout ahead?
Russ, I'm doing that thing that pointer dogs do, and I'm pointing at the direction of over here, where the sound is coming from, and growling in that direction.
Ooh, okay. Make a perception check there, Wolf.
14.
Yep. Okay. Well, you don't see this coming. So,
Sounds ominous.
A tentacle whips out at you. It has advantage. And is that a nat 20? Let me go to the dex.
We're gonna need a new wolf.
All right.
Grawl, I will wear your pelt with honor for the rest of the campaign.
Can I just
dwarf, so you can wear my dwarf pelt.
That would not be the first time someone has said that to me.
As it hits him, I go, Moradin is always with you. You just need to pay attention.
All right. Okay. So we'll have to figure this out, but this tentacle whips out, wraps around the wolf's front leg, and yanks it, and there's this pop. You all hear like this pop, and you're going to take triple damage here, Wolf, from this little critical hit. So the tentacle does 4d8 plus 4. So let's roll that.
Holy shit.
On the bright side, you found the Grick.
That's a pretty good roll there. If I don't feel like adding all that up, so I'm just going to look at it. Looks like it's a 20 damage tripled is going to be 60 points of damage, and your movement is halved until you finish a short rest. However, your movement is halved. I don't know how to handle that when you turn back into your dwarven self, which I think is happening right now. So maybe we'll have to make a roll for that. But yes, you are. Your movement is halved, and you take.
So you have to put my dwarf body back.
Yes. Now, does the excess damage go away, or do you take that into?
No, that rolls into my dwarvish form.
Ow.
So I did have 8 temporary hit points because of the Minotaur boy, so that helped out.
That's good.
So I have 43 points. So I have 17 points rolling into my dwarvish form.
Yep. All right. Here's Starluck. I'll put.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of damage. 60 points. Holy smokes.
Oh, he did crit. So that would not normally be that much. Would have been 20. But he had a good go there.
That's the power of crit cards.
Yes, they work both ways. So you gotta love them or hate them. All right. So what I like about them though is that it makes it so that there's always danger no matter how,
I can't see the screen.
Hang on, I'm working on it. Got to get my. Sorry, when I bring the tokens back, I got to fix your tokens. It's a little screwed up.
Okay, on target.
So, John, you can pick where you want to be as soon as I fix your vision. So you have night vision, 60-foot distance. All right, you should be able to see now, John. Can you see?
Okay. Yeah, I'm just somewhere. That's fine where I am.
You can put yourself anywhere in those 4 spots.
Yeah, let me just adjust my hit points.
Go ahead and adjust your hit points. And Ulrich and Shadeen also make a perception check to see if you saw where that came from.
A perception? I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh, yeah, there's no way I can't see everything.
What skills is Ulrich good at?
Oh, a 16.
Killing things. I'm good at hitting things.
3.
Ulrich is still like, I think I'm related to that guy.
That's a 4.
Does he have a mark
you have
under
a
his
plus
beard?
1 on this. I'm still
Ulrich-
minus 1s.
I'm
Now,
good at killing
Shadeen-
things. You didn't bring me my personality.
Shadeen, the good news
I
is,
brought you for your personality, Ulrich.
Thank you.
Shadeen, you saw the tentacle
Yeah.
grab and pop the leg out of the dwarf. So,
Yeah.
John, I'm going to say, since it was the front leg of the wolf, normally it would half your movement, but you're now standing, right? You could stand. So one of your arms is kind of hurt. So if you have to use your second arm, you're going to have disadvantage with whatever you do with that arm. So if you can somehow work it into a single-handed thing, you're fine until a short rest. And
Does the tentacle still have him?
no, the tentacle didn't grapple him. It just sort of like whipped out and just whacked him.
Smack me upside the head.
Yeah, or the leg.
Or
Yes.
arm. Or leg.
Right.
Or whatever it's called.
Formerly wolf leg, now arm. And Shadeen, you see it's kind of fading back into the rocks, but there's sort of like this tentacly creature, and its skin is like modeling colors and changing to match the rocks. And as its tentacle stops moving, it's almost like you lose sight of him, but you're pretty sure you can tell where he is.
Okay, I yell all that information. There's something really bad over there. It looks like rock and modeling, and it changes, and it's got lots of tentacles, and it's hiding over there.
I'm looking this way.
Yep. Which way are you looking?
This
Oh,
way.
Joe, yeah, Joe's looking the other way.
I rolled a 4.
No.
Ulrich is confused.
I'm looking over here, right?
All right.
Should I roll now, Russ, or do we all?
Why don't we
with the
do initiative?
pointing?
Why don't we all? Let's just all roll for initiative.
Oh, I like initiative. No, I don't like initiative.
Snap. Russell.
Yes.
I can't be surprised.
Is that a wolf thing?
No, that's an alert feat I took.
Oh. Well, okay. It didn't. But he has a thing where he gets advantage when he attacks from stealth. So
okay,
that it wasn't. If it makes you feel better, don't count it as a surprise attack. Count it as a special stealthy attack.
Okay.
I need to select my token.
Yeah. Okay.
But you don't lose a round, right? Is basically what happens there.
Right. He doesn't have surprise on me, but he's already gone, so I don't know how that works.
Yep. All right. So, did everybody roll their initiative? Who are we missing?
I haven't rolled yet.
All right, go for it. All right, how we doing?
I forgot to select my token, but I rolled a 20.16.
20.16. Let me.
So I'd like to keep my 20.16.
You can do that. I can fix
my
this.
lack of acumen with
no problem.
the token.
20.16. Added and sorting.
Yeah, I have this. Yeah, I have the same problem. I'm a 14.16.
I didn't click it.
Okay.
I'll
And
take
then,
the left number.
We're gonna and so there's a light scuttering noise, and it's Shadeen's turn. Shadeen, make a perception check again for me.
Yeah, I only get one of these a night, so
What, perception check?
yeah.
Oh,
See,
that's fine. Yeah. So you're not really sure where you thought you saw him right, right here, but now you're not so sure.
so I don't have a target.
Well, you don't know. You're not sure if you have a target or not, but you're not feeling confident about your target assessment skills.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to stand ready, and if a tentacle shoots out at anybody, I'm going to cut it off.
Oh, a bold move. Okay. All right. Euphemia.
Euphemia is looking all around, suddenly sees the wolf disapparate into a dwarf, sees Shadeen getting prepared, but she also doesn't see it, I don't think, unless you want me to roll a perception check.
You can make a perception check. Go for it.
13 total.
13. You're pretty sure there's a funky shape right where I'm pinging.
Okay. Then I'm going to...
Being a halfling of no small water at hiding, you know how to look for hidden objects. And you're feeling like, yeah, you feel like this might be over here.
Speaking of hiding, I'm going to go here with my bonus, with my regular move. And I'm going to try to shoot here with no fanciness. And then for my bonus action, I will hide.
All right. Take a shot.
All right.
You have disadvantage. You don't know exactly where he is, but you kind of feel like he's there.
Okay. I'll roll twice.
Okay. There's a lot of dice. Wow. That's a lot of dice.
I think the sneak attack thing's on. Sorry about that.
Probably. How'd you do?
So the lowest roll was a 16.
16. That lowest roll is a 16, really? It misses. Misses. Ping.
Phew. All right. And then here's my hide roll. 22.
All right.
And here's...
Okay. You're hitting
this is
well.
My arrow broke roll.
And Karlik, I skipped you by accident. So Karlik, it's your turn next.
Oh, you're muted, Doc.
Russ, can you flip the initiative so it shows us in order?
Yeah, you are in order. It's just that I skipped Karlik by mistake.
Oh, mine has it all a jumble. Do I need to come back?
No. Well, it's not all a jumble. So what happens is when someone's already gone that's higher than you, they go below you. So what's happened is it looks like you're currently at the top, Pyric, but actually Karlik's at the top because I accidentally skipped him. I clicked too quickly.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
Dean's already gone. He was higher than you. And then Tina's already gone. So she was higher. Now she's below you. And now Karlik's going.
Okay. I get it. Thank you.
It'll all make sense in a minute. I just kind of was.
No, I'm on board. I get it.
All right. Karlik, what would you like to do, sir?
Kalik is going to use his fine bovine eyeballs to search for this unseen attacker.
All right, go for it.
Oh, 18.
18. Yeah, you with an 18, you actually see him. You see that it's large. It's this tentacled creature with a giant beak, and it's got these tentacles coming out of it. It kind of looks reminiscent of the one you saw in Cragmar Castle, but even more grown up and nasty looking, if that's possible. And it's taking up all 4 of these squares. It's a large creature.
Ooh.
And it's lurking there. It looks like it's got like a tail and tentacles and that big beak. All of it looks quite nasty. And you can see why that tentacle there would have really hurt if you got whacked with it as a wolf. But you can shoot him without disadvantage. You know exactly where he is with that roll.
If I cast a light spell on a rock and tossed it up there, would the rest of the party be able to see it?
It wouldn't make it automatic, but it might give them advantage on the chance to perceive where he is.
All right, with the light spell on my
right
horns,
now, remember it is completely dark in here. You're using your dark vision to detect it.
Right, using well, the light from my horns. If I ran right up there as close to it as I could, with the light from my horns plus me being up there, then illuminate its position.
That might help. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then Kalik's foolhardy enough to do that.
All right. If you have enough movement, you can actually try to
flank.
It is like it's a little bit down there. There's a cliff there if you can see it. Right.
2. All right. So I moved to here. That's 2 spaces. Do I need to do anything for climbing up?
Yeah. You got to make a athletics check to get down there. Unless you want to use a rope or something fancy, but that would take a lot of actions.
Oh no. Yep. Straight athletics. Here we go. I'm a strong Minotaur. 11.
11. No. So good news is you didn't fail by more than 5, so that's good. You don't take any damage. However, you in going down there, you do lose your rest of your actions, but you're down there now, illuminating the creature.
Oh, okay. It's down. Okay.
Yeah, it's 10 feet. It's 10 feet down.
Okay.
you want me to move Russ to another spot then, like right here?
Well, he's there.
Signify getting down. Yep.
He's there actually. You're as close to being down as you can without being on him.
Okay, sounds good. And so I'm done at that point.
Yes, you kind of fumbled down the hill. You didn't hurt yourself. That's the good news. But you kind of lost the rest of your turn. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
But you are illuminating him, so you all can kind of see now. You think it'd be easier to spot that thing. Like there's something down there where Karluk is. And nice job, Karluk. And that takes us to Pyric Starfinder. Pyric, what are you going to do?
Okay. I don't see it on my little screen. Should I?
No, he's not. I mean, you're not really sure exactly where he is.
Russ?
Yeah.
I'm not on this chart. I'm a 14 point something.
Oh, where'd you go?
I don't know.
You must not.
Bleeding out.
What'd you get? 14 something?
14.16.
So do we start with perception then, Russ?
14.16. Do we start with yes? Make a perception check. You now have advantage thanks to Karluk's illuminations.
Classic.
Good thing you have advantage.
Oh,
What'd you get?
What is the second one? I can't see under
The
this.
12 on my screen. What's your
15
bonus?
total.
What's your bonus?
15 total.
18
15.
total.
That's
18
enough.
total.
You can see exactly where he is.
15. Okay.
You see exactly where he is. He is in the 4 squares adjacent to Karluk.
Okay.
Ping. So you can shoot at him or whatever without disadvantage.
All right. Let me look at this for a second.
Thanks to Karluk's candle. What'd you do to your light, Karluk? How are you generating light today?
Light spell on my horns.
Nice. Nice upgrade from the candles.
So, being in sort of a neutral mental state, I summon the sort of pain and rage that has been nagging at me since we had to leave the other dwarves in the place of what may have been one of my most heinous and evil deeds that nobody knows about, of course, except for Euphemia. And I summon the staff up over my head so that I can reach down into the pit from where I'm going. And I launch the acid arrow of Melf the Great. Now, the deal with the Melf, it's a shimmering green arrow. And then with the acid also will be shimmering green, like coating. So that is what I'm trying to really focus on.
Or you're hopeful that the shimmering green will kind of illuminate this creature.
Yeah, the smoking, shimmering green of the awful, right? In one way, one way.
I love
or
the
other.
thinking here. I love creative use of spells. So what we'll do is do the normal shot, see if you hit, do the damage, and if you
I will
hit
use
and do
advantage.
damage,
Now, how do I roll
check.
that to hit?
It's just a regular D20.
Spell attack roll.
Yeah, just do an attack roll.
Spell attack bonus is 7 or 6.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty good.
so, and with advantage, I will roll twice. All right, come on. Okay, what do this? Nope, character sheet. Can I just click on that? Nope, won't work.
Just roll a
Or-
D20 on the left hand side there.
Okay, I'm trying.
Just grab a D20 and add it yourself, like old school. Like.
Okay,
How do we do?
21.
21 is a hit. Roll damage.
Okay.
Has no resistances to.
Grick,
He does have some, but not to this.
Okay, so
Yep.
the acid arrow on a hit, the target takes 4d4 acid damage and immediately, and 2d4 acid damage at the end of its next turn.
Nice.
Okay, so we're gonna do this.
44.
44. Yeah, classic. I love it. All
eight
ones
points, right?
and twos.
Here come the ones.
8 points of damage, and then he's also poisoned, right? So we'll now
Yes, and
go ahead
Yeah.
and make an Arcana check to see if you were able to sort of like get the acid in such a way that it's helping folks.
it's the shimmering green of the arrow striking,
See if
plus
you can
the
pull the trick
acid
off.
and the smoke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll get rid of that, and then now Arcana check. Whoop.
You do. Don't forget all your bonuses on Arcana.
Yeah, 13.
Well, that's good. Yep, he is going to be. You can now all see him as there's this glowing green that kind of tells you where to look, and there's this big creature there, and that little potion bottle tells us he's been poisoned, so it'll remind us to do more poison damage. All right, Pyric, anything else, sir?
Then I'm going to be a good coward and get out of the way.
Right. John, we skipped you earlier because your initiative didn't make it into the tracker, so you get your turn. Go ahead. What do you want to do?
All right. I will. I'm gonna need several tokens.
All right. What kind of tokens?
First, I need a token for this. So I need a area effect thing.
Moonbeam?
5-foot radius. I'm casting Moonbeam.
All right. 5-foot radius. Here it is. I'll put it in your control.
So basically the same size as the tentacly thing.
All right, John. 5-foot radius. There it is.
I don't
Oh, it's
see
radius,
it.
right? No, it's this
Yeah,
big.
radius.
There you go. All right, move it where you want it.
I don't see it. Where's it at?
Oh, sorry. Maybe it's the wrong layer. Now you should be able to see it.
Oh, yeah, I see it. All right. I'm going to drop that right. Actually, yeah. I'll just put it right on his friggin' head.
What is
And
Moonbeam?
then I'm going to need my bear token.
Bear token.
Now, is your dire wolf dead indefinitely?
No, that doesn't work like that. I just turned into a dire wolf, but he forced me out of the shape. That's all.
Oh.
So I have a climb speed, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, nice.
And
Get all
I'll
those hit points back too? That's great.
yeah, this is my last shape though. So if he knocks me out of this, I'm done for a while.
But he keeps his wounded character points, right? So if anything goes over the bear, it gets back to his
Right. I still only have 18 hit points as my dwarf at the moment.
Right.
So
we got
yeah.
Druid's shape changing is a great tanking move. They're hard to. All right.
They tank, they tank with hit points, Seppi, not with armor class. Their armor class stinks.
Yeah.
Like this bear has an armor class of 11.
Right.
Oh no, it's really exciting to learn while seeing you do all this stuff, John. I love it.
And they say the other thing they say is that it doesn't progress as well as you go up in levels. It's really cool when you're lower levels, but as you get up higher levels, it's not quite as cool.
No, it's great. It's been a super fun.
Level 1 through 5 it rocks. Level 6 through 10 it gets mediocre and it kind of drops off from there.
No, it's really exciting. Like I said, it's been one of my favorite
So the
things.
moonbeam doesn't affect him, I think, till his turn.
Okay.
Until this
So that was
ends.
anything else, John?
Okay. Yep. Not till his turn. I'm good.
All right. So that was Pyric and then also Thalric. And now it's Ulrich's turn, who really has very little idea what's going on at the moment.
Yeah. Does Ulrich have any idea where this thing is?
Well, now you do because there's this moonbeam focusing in on an acid-covered, glowing creature right in this pit. So now you know.
I know exactly where he is. Okay.
Russ, I hate to bug you again, but just as a point of order, I'm not in order on the chart.
Yeah, I'm going to have to resort it once we get to the top of the
Okay.
chart.
All right. Sounds good.
We'll mess up the things. Yeah.
All right.
So I'm going to attempt to move here. Now I believe that's going to require that's 25 feet. That's going to require a athletics check.
It does require an athletics check.
I'm going to use my inspiration because I feel inspired.
All right.
On that. Plus I don't want to fail it. Booyah. 20.
20 is a success. You easily leap down the chasm with nary a problem.
I hold up my shield to it. Stand by me, Minotaur. We will fight this to its death. Don't tell Moradin how big your storm is. Tell the storm how big Moradin is. And I strike him.
Is that on a sign? I'm just
It had to be.
I got 80 of them.
It had to be on a sign. It had to be on a sign.
I got 80 of them.
Oh my God, that's a lot of signs.
I got 80 rounds of this. You're gonna love it.
So exciting.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does actually hit the tentacled beast.
All right. He is going to take 13 points of damage.
All right. Okay. Hang on a second. The little moonbeam's in my way. 13 points of damage. He is still not bloodied yet, but there you go. All right. Okay. Anything else, Ulrich?
That's all I can do this round.
Right, now I'm going to resort the thingy to get things correct. And it is Shadeen's turn at the top of the round.
Okay. Shadeen is going to he's going to curse this thing, whatever it is. So it is now the beneficiary of a Hexblade's curse, which sadly does nothing for the rest of you, but he's really, really upset and angry at me. Then I'm gonna screw the rest of yous. What's that?
What? I'm sorry. Don't worry about it.
He's just rolling initiative for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. It's all good.
I think I'm gonna be. I'm gonna move over here. Just
completely unrelated to that dice roll. I'm just gonna move this guy over here.
Right. So I'm sort of here at the edge, and I'm gonna be shooting it with an Eldritch Blast. Boom. With my I was going to say with my inspiration.
All right. Well,
Okay,
a 2's going
go
to miss.
for it.
But good thing you spent inspiration.
Yeah. And my mouse was in the wrong place here, and it's like it highlighted everything. Okay, one more try with that.
Ooh,
Okay.
Oh,
23.
that will hit.
Yeah.
How much does Eldritch Blast do?
Eldritch Blast is a 1.
You also cursed him, right? You said.
Yeah. So so 7. Yeah. No, but I crit on a 19 or a 20, so I didn't do that. But it is +1 and it's +4, so it's this +5. So 8 points of damage.
Another 8 points of damage. He is not yet bloodied, but he is cursed and poisoned thanks to the arrow, or acidic, I should say, thanks to the arrow. And then, so that's anything else, Shadeen?
No.
So what we're going to do here is at that moment, a arrow flies from a nearby cliff. And the arrow flies from the nearby cliff. Sorry, it's a javelin. Excuse me. A javelin flies from a nearby cliff and comes at you, Shadeen.
Yeah.
And here comes the arrow.
Or the javelin.
The javelin. Sorry, yes, the missile, the projectile weapon, as it were. However, you are ready for it, and it misses. And
do you know how many times somebody tried to take a pot shot at me in the pits?
And then just going to check something real quick here. Okay. There you go. You're not really sure exactly where it came from, though.
Well, of course I'm not.
it came from the stands.
Exactly.
It's now
an angry fan.
It's now the giant tentacle creature's turn, and being
All right.
out of hiding.
Well, first it's got to take its damage, Russell.
Yes. How much does the moonbeam?
If it starts its turn in there, it's got to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 14.
All right. Here comes the Constitution saving throw. There's no bonuses on this, and it does not make it. So what does that do?
So it's going to take damage.
All right.
It is going to take
2d10.
Oh, nice.
so it's going to take 13 points of damage.
Wow. All right. Nice. That hurt.
That is
Now he's bloody.
It's radiant damage, but let me double check.
Is it radiant? That's good.
Yep.
'Cause, yes. Yep. Now he's bloodied.
And also, if he's a shape changer, which I doubt he is, he would have had disadvantage on that roll, which I forgot. But he would turn back into whatever form he was. So if this was me, I'd get turned back to a dwarf.
Nice. Well, he's not that, but he also is there any more? What's the acid rule there, Seppi?
It's the end of his turn.
End of his turn. Thank you. Okay.
And there's the weird side effect that I smell like rhubarb powder leaf and adder's stomach because I had to use it to cast a spell.
Oh,
Hi, that's
And
you.
so, yeah, he's going to take that every turn he stays in there.
Yep. And he does have climb, so he's going to try to get out of there. But if he disengages, yeah, he'll risk it. He's gonna because the radiant damage is really hurting him, and he's not used to that. He's used to getting clubbed and not caring about it too much. So he's going to actually climb up to here, and that means that both Joe and the bear get free strikes on him.
And Karluk.
Well, no, he stayed in the striking range of Karluk, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
I'm going to
25 to hit. It's advantage because he's leaving our
yeah, we're flanking him, so we do have advantage.
Yep. There you go. So Joe, roll damage.
11 more.
What type of damage is it, Joe?
Slashing.
Is it magical?
It is.
All right. So 11 points.
Does a 17 hit it, Russ?
17 does not hit it.
That's too bad.
Okay. So he gets up there and then he strikes out at you, Karluk. Actually, no. He's going to mix it up. He's got multi-attack. So he's going to do he doesn't like this curse situation. So he's going to throw his tail is going at Karluk, and then his tentacles and his beak are going at Shadeen. All right.
Oh.
So here comes the tail at Karluk. Sorry, I'm having trouble clicking on this tail situation. Here comes the tail at Karluk, and he gets a nat 20. What? Sorry, guys. I can't help it. The dice are just not with you today. All right.
Can I use the blue card to cancel whatever you're doing?
What's the blue card say?
No, it says like a plus D4 to something.
Okay, well, that doesn't help you out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't a blue card cancel a crit or no?
It turned a successful hit against you into a miss on a critical hit into a normal hit.
There you go.
Perfect. Playing that card.
Nicely done, sir. All right, burn that card, Karluk. Put it out there.
While Russ does that, everybody get your rally hats.
Oh, good point.
My rally hat is.
Rally hat time. All right, excellent. Well played, Karluk. You know, Doc, take a point of inspiration for remembering your blue card. I'm impressed.
Somebody take that point of inspiration.
All right.
I'll take it.
2d6 plus 4. So, Karluk, you're going to take 10 points of damage from the tentacle. Let's just all agree that could have been a lot worse. And then, I'm sorry, that was his tail. Then his tentacle. He's facing Shadeen, so he tail whips Karluk. And now, Shadeen, you're facing the tentacles and the beak. So here come the tentacles, Shadeen. Is this curse? Oh, is that a nat 20 again? Oh my God, the beast is on a roll. Craig, does your curse do anything to him on his chances?
No.
Okay. So I'm sad to say that I must again go to the critical deck.
He's got to make a concentration check, don't you? Or is that doesn't?
Well, hang on a second.
No, not on the curse.
Okay.
It's not a spell.
Well, here's the good news, Craig. This could have been worse. So make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw.
A DC 12 dexterity saving throw.
Yes. How we doing?
How about that? I got a 15.
There you go. So no special effects from the crit, but you will take its normal damage. This one's the nasty one. It's the same one that just got the wolf. It's 48 plus 4. So here we go.
At least it wasn't triple damage. There you go.
So yeah, it wasn't triple damage. So the 48 is 13 plus 4 is 17.
17. So minus 8 for the hit points.
Nice.
Is 9. Oops, that's going in the wrong direction. 9. So that's going in the wrong direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
So we had 8 temporary.
Oh, look at that. It did it on its own. What?
Nice.
We have 8 temporary points or 9? I thought we had 8.
I had 8.
Yeah.
All right. And then here comes the beak, Craig. His beak slashes out at you. I'm at 20 again. I don't know what's happening. I'm really sorry about this.
Somebody's tweaking with the algorithm. That's
I feel really badly, but what are you going to do? I can't do that. That's just not right. I'm going to do that.
What? You didn't mind hitting me with 60 points of damage? Whack him down.
No. Okay, here we go.
I think it's actually more than that. I think
this one gets you in the shins. This one gets you in the shins. So you're going to take 2d8 plus 4, and you're not going to be able to do a dash action for d6 rounds.
Holy shit.
All right. So you're going to take 2d8 plus 4. So you take 18 points of damage, and you can't dash for 2 rounds.
Okay.
All right. No dashing for 2 rounds there, Shadeen. Okay.
Are you bloodied?
More than bloodied. Yeah.
And now, Seppi, what does the acid arrow do to this creature?
2d4. So that means it's going to do 2.
Well, let's see. Maybe you'll get lucky.
It's Seppi's acid arrow.
This thing is rolling like a champ, though, so you guys better put it down.
Jesus.
It's still not bloodied, right?
It's bloody.
It is.
Oh, yeah, it's bloody.
I did 4 points.
4. Hey, it's better than 2. And it's been bloody. I just forgot to mark it. So if that makes you feel better. And does
It
the
does make
acid
me feel better.
going? Is it gone now?
It's gone now.
But the curse is still there, right, Craig? You got to make a constitution check or no?
For what? The
You gotta
curse?
make a
No.
concentration or no?
No.
Not
the
a spell.
curse.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's not a hex, it's a curse.
All right. The tentacled creature that the
Lasts until I die, or I'm incapacitated, or it dies.
So Euphemia, you've seen this thing crawl up out of the chasm and just lay down the smack on anybody that looks at it, and it's your turn.
If the Grick would even see where Euphemia is, it would look as if the pillar moved within the shadows and suddenly an arrow is going to fly out of it. She's taking her steady aim action, which gives her advantage on the shooting by leaning up her shoulder against the pillar. And she also does get sneak attack. So I'm rolling twice.
Nice.
Ugh.
And the first was a 1. And the second is a total of 18.
An 18 will hit.
And it looks like if it's added things up correctly, that should be, what is that, 13 points of damage?
13 points of damage.
13 points of piercing. Is it magical
Piercing,
or non-magical?
Piercing. That's non-magic.
So you feel like it doesn't do as much damage as you feel like it should, but you do some damage to it. All right. Anything else, Euphemia?
No, I'm just wondering why it's adding up the dice wrong. Because I have 8 plus 7 showing.
You have 8 plus 5. You
Well,
get
the chart says 8. Oh, is it maybe my screen showing funky dice? My dice show a 5 and a 3, a 3, a 1, and a 3.
Yeah, you shouldn't be getting 5 dice though. You should be getting just 3 dice.
No, I thought it's aren't I 3d6? Oh yeah, so something must be wrong. Okay. It's rolling an extra dice in there somewhere. All right, that's the right
rule where you pick the high. There's some weird rule about your thing where you pick the highest.
If you got a crit, it add all those dice together.
Yeah.
Oh no, Russ is right. It must be factoring it. I do have another ability due to my feat where if I roll a 1, I can re-roll.
It's probably re-rolling any 1s and 2s.
So it must be doing that. Okay.
The dice there.
All
right. Euphemia's done. The creature's badly
Wait, no, I'm
wounded.
not done. I have to use my bonus action to hide again. Just
Okay, go ahead and make your hide.
Because
roll.
this thing would squish me outright if it hit me.
It looks like it's squishing a lot of people out there outright. Or trying to. How'd you do?
Nat 20. So I am the pillar.
Is that a nat 20?
Nat 20. Yep.
Then you get a card. Because it's a.
So I don't want to eat up a lot of game time, Russ, but I may keep this card. I had a card before that I really want to keep, but it disappeared.
It's not here though, so take this one instead.
No, I want the other one, and I'll tell you why out of game. So I dismissed this card, and I'll tell you what the other card is. You'll like it, but I don't want to take up game time explaining it to you.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll come back to that later. All right. Thalric, it's your turn now.
As my action, I put the spotlight back on my new best friend.
Oh, the creature looks upset about this.
And then I climb right up that hill like it's nothing there, pass over my ally, and lock him into place again. But I can't attack because that was my action.
Okay.
So that's my turn.
Thalric is definitely trying to get the attention of this giant creature.
Is this giant creature? Well, maybe it's really smart. I don't know.
Karlak, you're up.
You are muted, Doc.
Foul spawn of a worm and an octopi. It is time to die. Calic.
Nice horns, Doc. Those new? I don't remember those.
Oh, no. I've just not brought them out. I had to polish them. So,
I like them. They're very nice. Do those
Thanks.
belong to anybody I know?
Is that what the kids call it these days?
I polished
Polishing
them.
my horns.
Oh.
I'm gonna spin an inspiration here. Attack with my long sword.
Nice.
You don't need to. You got a flank, so you don't need to do it.
Oh, never mind. I retain my inspiration because
moving my beam.
I got to get to the creature. I can't click on him.
I know, but it's not aesthetically pleasing.
All right. What'd you get to hit, Doc?
23 to hit, 11 points of damage.
23 will hit. Is that magical or non-magical damage?
That is a +1 longsword.
That is magical. 11, you said?
11. Yep.
The creature is still up, but he looks like he's definitely seen better days. And it is Pyrrhic's turn.
I'm going to bonus action combat inspire Ulrich. Or Bardic Inspiration, I mean.
Bardic Inspiration. Who is that on?
Ulrich. Put a marker on you. You're inspired.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Ulrich.
You're pretty slow in that Chromebook.
Ulrich, you got to work on your rally hat there, buddy. I feel like I need a DM's rally hat.
It's Pyrrhic's turn, though, right?
It's Pyrrhic's turn, yes.
Okay, so having not set up this combo before, now that I've melted out a arrow, I raised the staff again, bringing the acid back up from where it was to have it strike again. Yeah, so this is an acid splash, basically regurgitating my previous attack. It needs to make a dexterity saving throw or it takes more acid damage.
Dex save, here it comes. The creature rolls a 19. Its dexterity is +3, so it gets a 22. I believe it easily sidesteps your acid.
That's okay. And then I go back to hiding.
Okay. All right. Ulrich, you've been inspired. And it is your turn.
I'm going to step up there and we're going to hit him again, Patty.
All right.
And of course, I can't let anything go without a little bit of inspiration myself. When you get down to nothing, Morden is always up to something.
Was that a sign? I don't feel like that was.
It has to be a sign.
All signs.
That is going to be a 23 to hit.
And that will hit.
Can I add that damage to it?
Sure can.
That is a D6, right?
Yep.
So he is going to take roll. Sorry, just the first one. 17 points of damage.
Is that magical damage?
It is magical.
You cut right through him, you smash him. Right? You're using your axe.
It's the axe. It's huge.
Yeah. You cut him in. You cleave him in twain, and the giant creature falls dead. And at that moment, you hear a scream from up over in this area. Grick! Sounded like the sound
moonbeam over there, brother.
That's right. That moonbeam is going right down that freaking corridor and clearing path.
But before we're going to keep initiative order going here. So
we have to, because I have to keep track of how long this is going to last.
Ulrich, anything else you got going on there?
Of course. And we're going to go wrong arrow here. So that's it. I did see the goblin there, right, when he shot the arrow or through the javelin.
Oh, did you manage to spot him? Not everybody spotted him.
When he threw the javelin, did I see him? So,
make a perception check.
When he dies, I get a bunch of hit points back because of the curse.
Just for listeners, goblins are kind of like halflings. They have a thing they can do hides as bonus actions after they attack. So he actually could have thrown his javelin and then hit again. In theory, so try to spot him. How'd you do?
16.
You do. You spot a guy, and he's doing like the con maneuver up there behind the rocks, and you see him.
All right.
Sitting up there.
5, 10, 15, 20. Where is he? Right up here somewhere?
You got to climb the cliff, though. He's at the top of the cliff. There's an opening up there. Looks like a little cave, and leading deeper into this complex. And he's up at the top of it.
Throw your hammer at him or your axe.
Yeah, you're gonna have to climb up there or use a ranged weapon.
I am going to ranged weapon with me. That's not good.
But you can see him, so there's no disadvantage or anything.
All right. Well, I already attacked, so I can't attack twice.
Yeah. That's
so we are going to move there, and I'm going to just stand right underneath. And how high up is he above me right now?
10 feet.
10 feet. So I'm going to attempt to climb that next round.
Okay. All right. Moving on to Shadeen.
So can I see what's going on over here? You want me to make a perception check?
Make a perception check because he is technically still hidden. So unless you're really good at this,
He's right there, brother.
no,
he ain't.
Shadeen, you're not really sure where he is. You just saw Ulrich run across the bottom of the chasm there.
And Ulrich's trying to climb up that side of the cliff.
It looks like he's getting ready to. He's not climbed yet, but he does appear to be getting ready to climb up the cliff.
Can we walk along this edge?
It ends. So the ledge ends here, and it's just a straight drop around the corner.
So there's nowhere to climb.
There'd be climbing. It'd be climbing involved.
Like a lateral climbing wall.
Like let me draw some pictures for you here. So what you could do is you could climb laterally, like horizontally across the wall to here to get to the opening, and then maybe you could get to him. So you could climb across, but you still have to make an athletics check. Or if you want to try to jump across, you could try that too with an acrobatics check.
Yeah, I'm going to do that with an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Shadeen, why don't you force jump?
2, 3, 4, right? Like right there.
Yeah.
And then huzzah!
How we do?
Oh, not good.
Oh, and that one. Oh, that's about as bad as it gets. So let's look at the what happens when players plummet. You're going to take D6 points of damage for falling.
Okay, so I just became unbloodied, and no matter what roll this is, I will now be bloodied again.
There you go. So you take, I'll roll for you here. You take a D6 of damage, so a whopping 4, and you are now prone at the bottom of the cliff.
And bloodied again.
Yep.
All right.
And Russ, I made a mistake. I only moved 30 feet. I mean, 20 feet.
Are you backing yourself up?
Dwarves move 20 feet, right?
25.
25. Thank you. Never mind. I'm right there. Good. Thanks.
Yep. All right. So Shadeen has done something less than grateful, and Shadeen, you do get a message in your brain.
I do look down at him and say, Morden makes everything happen for a reason.
All right. So you get a little message there, and then it is this guy's turn. So the goblin is going to actually he pulls out a second javelin and he starts poking down at you, Ulrich.
I'm 10 feet away, so he's going to have to throw it, right?
Yeah, he'll just throw it at you.
So does he shows himself when he attacks, right?
He does, yes.
Okay, so can we see him?
Well, he's going to hide again at the end, so it's going to matter. You have to
All right, I just want to know where he is right now.
You might. Well, you have to be looking at the exact moment. It's complicated. All right, here we go. But he misses. The javelin misses, and then he goes to hide again.
Oh,
not 20. Yeah, none of you see him. That was a perfectly executed stealth attack. Okay.
Well, stealth hiding. It wasn't an attack, really.
Yeah. Well, it was a stealth attack. It was just not a successful attack, but it was a really good hide.
So now I have a javelin, right?
There is a javelin at your feet, yes. But it's now Euphemia's turn.
All right. Euphemia.
Now I have the javelin.
Having fought with Ulrich, Shield Brother, for the longest, except for Pyric, she's very attuned to his movements and his combat prowess. So she knows the goblin's very close. And so to negate his hiding ability, plus her halfling ability in hiding, she's going to use inspiration to perceive where he is.
Oh, okay, nice. I like it.
Nope. Rolling a maximum of 4 of an 8. The goblin's befuddled me. I don't know where it is.
You are smitten by my ability.
Goblin stealth is +6, so you would have to get a 26 to detect him when you roll.
Yeah, I did not do it. So what do if I want to shoot, do I just shoot at disadvantage?
You'd have to guess which square you think he's in, and then you could shoot at that square with disadvantage, yes.
I'm going to guess.
If you guess the wrong square, you auto miss. Which square are you guessing? Okay.
He's doing exactly what you do, Rafe, by the way. He's doing exactly what you do. Attacking.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Roll with disadvantage?
I get advantage because I can use my steady aim.
Oh, yeah. So you're
I'm sorry, not advantage. I get a straight roll.
Okay, yeah. Straight roll. Go for it.
And I deselected sneak attack.
Right.
So if I hit, I got a 23.
That is a great shot, but it just tings off some rock.
Oh, Yep. And hold on, I got to roll one more die to see if my arrow breaks. For those listening at home, I'm using the John Wakeland rule of arrow collection. And that is to, rather than slow down role playing to every time going, I go collect my arrows. John, correct me if I'm wrong. You have a rule. If you roll a 4, 5, or 6, you find the arrow and it's good. And if you roll 1, 2, or 3, you don't find it. So the listeners listening at home, I'm down to 9 arrows. So we have to go arrow shopping pretty soon.
Uh-oh. Hope it's not a very big dungeon. And moving on, it's Thalric's turn. Thalric, what do you want to do? Thalric, are you on mute?
Yep, I just moved my beam right there, brother.
Oh, nicely done. Boop.
And then,
does the beam have any rules about revealing hidden targets or anything?
It's dim lighting. Doesn't say it reveals any hidden targets.
No, negative. All right.
So unless if he's using the shadows to hide, you can still hide in dim lighting.
Right.
Then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and climb halfway up this thing. I can climb with a 30 speed.
All right. Okay.
Can I do a perception check or no?
You can. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Might as well.
The long shot.
Can I try smelling them? Can I use my nose?
Sure. Does nose give you advantage?
It does.
Yeah, you can have advantage. That seems smart.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna have a nat 20, but
nope, 20 is the highest I got.
Nope, not enough.
Right.
But and the light triggers when he starts his turn. Is that what it is?
Yeah, if he's in it, he'll have to roll a Constitution save or take full damage or take half damage.
Okay, so that was Thalric's turn.
And just so you know, Russ, like if he chooses to attack me, you don't have advantage for unseen on me because of the alert thing.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool. All right. It is now.
Not that it matters. I only have an 11 armor class.
It is now Karlik's turn. Hold the horns down. Full points.
Karlik's going to advance forward here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, and I will hold an action. If I see a goblin, then I will throw my dagger at said goblin.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say, good job, guys. Keep it up.
Not even a rhyme with that?
No. Bards are just really good at moral support. You got it.
That did rhyme.
It rhymed in your hearts.
It rhymed in your hearts.
I heard the rhyme.
It won't rhyme now, but sometime later it will. All right. Pyric, you're up.
Oh, I'm very concerned by all of these various going-ons. And so I am going to I don't know if that will let me do anything important. I'm going to move up and using prestidigitation, I'm going to make like moaning, dying noises from the pieces of the corpse. Like it's still alive, like it really wants to be saved by the goblin who would scream after it. Yes, trying to inspire him to
so you're trying
show
to do
himself.
what corpse? The creature, the tentacle creature?
Yeah, he had some sort of emotional attachment. He did a full.
Give me a role play. Like, what are you actually having it sound like? What are we doing?
Well, I'll be moving up here. Right. It's like a low moan and like you're squeezing the air out of a balloon slowly. like yeah, that's what I imagine these creatures sound like when they're like crying for help.
All right, I need you to make a I can't decide if this is persuasion or deception. I feel like
it's Arcana. Like, come on now, it's prestidigitation.
Is it Arcana? All right, I got to give you. I got to do a deception. But are you using Arcana? What are you using for a spell?
I'm using prestidigitation.
All right, tell you what. I'm going to make it a deception check, but I'll give you advantage because you're using Arcana. How's that?
Okay. All right. So 2 deception. And here's my role playing of 8 charisma. Are you ready for this roll?
I'm trying to help you out here.
All right. There's one.
Oh, is that a 19? I see.
Oh my God. I got an 18. I got an 18 with that one. And then
And you got a SEPI roll for the second one.
Yeah,
Here's the
and then I
goblin's
rolled my
intelligence check.
standard. I rolled my standard.
All right. I think he's going to fall for it. So, what is your intent for the for this sound to be like? Are you like?
I want it to be crying like it's either laying an egg, like it's last gasp, or that it could be helped, right? That it's in massive amounts of sighing, dying pain, and that
We're gonna,
yeah.
And I'm going to put a little marker over here because the body's over here, the little tentacles sticking out, over here. So we'll just remind us where he is. All right.
Yeah, and just for the record, the Grick Crits, they sound like whoopee cushions when you stab them.
Apparently, the goblin seems to believe so. All right, nice job, Pyric. We'll see what the goblin does then when it gets to be his turn. Ulrich, so you're at the base of this thing, 10 feet away. You've got a javelin at your feet. What are you going to do? And also, this sounds like someone stepped on a whoopee cushion behind you.
Yeah, that's right. That's the worried about the whoopee cushion. I look up. I have no idea where he is. He's just somewhere hidden up there, right?
You can make a perception check, see if you spot him.
We are going to grab the javelin. No, we're going to just go up with my axe. Screw it. See who's up there.
Okay.
Don't step in the moonbeam.
Yeah, no, don't step in the moonbeam. Battle without Morden is like an unsharpened axe. It has no edge. And I'm going to attempt to climb up here, which I assume you want me to do an athletics check.
Yeah, just so you know, the only grabbable ledge or place to stand up there is completely in the moonbeam. The bear is kind of like hanging on the wall.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm going to take my javelin, pick up the javelin, and if I see him, I'm going to huck it at him. How's that?
Okay, so both you and the Minotaur holding your action for the goblin to show his head.
Correct.
All right. Shadeen, what are you going to do?
I'm going to stand up and shake my head.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to see if I can see whatever's up there through the bright moonlight. That
dim moonlight.
Like all this problem, though, that doesn't make sense if it's dim. So I think it's like, no, I can see nothing.
Yeah,
I'm going to get my arcane or my eldritch blast ready to go in case I can see something because I'm very frustrated.
All right. All right, it's the goblin's turn. Now the goblin, he realizes that there's this cry of pain and torture coming from his beloved Grick.
Is he in the moonbeam?
He is in the moonbeam.
All right, he's got to make a Constitution save, DC 14.
All right. Okay. So Constitution save, DC 14 from the little goblin, and he rolls a natural 17, so that's pretty good.
That's good for him, but he's still going to take 6 points of damage.
All right, hang on. Hang on a second. 6 points of damage. Okay. My keyboard's confused. Hang on a second. Sorry. All right, good. Okay. And then he is going to he gets to disengage for free as a bonus action. Again, he works like a halfling. So he's going to attempt to sort of shimmy down and up the cliff and make it to the other side. We'll see if he can pull this craziness off.
He's trying to do it stealthily?
Well, we're going to see what happens. Actually, you're going to spot. You're going to see him when he does this.
Okay.
So he's going to make it. He does not. He actually falls. So he's like, Grick! And he leaps out concerned. And he's a big, tough-looking goblin, bigger than your average goblin. But he falls to the bottom of the cliff as he tries to sneak away from all of you.
Do I get attack of opportunity as he leaves my
Takes
zone?
D6 damage. Well, all of you, everybody who held your action, he was disengaging, John, so you don't get attack of opportunity.
Oh, right. You're right.
But he does take 6 points of damage from falling down the cliff. And the bad news is, the good news is, the bad news is he's finally bloodied. He's a pretty tough looking goblin, but everybody who was holding their action until they saw a goblin, now's your chance. So who would like to go first?
I got a 12 plus 5, so 17.
17, that just hits. He had a shield with him. He tries to get it up in time, but he doesn't quite get it in front of your axe.
He's going to take...
Is he prone?
He is, yes.
Yeah, you have advantage.
I have advantage.
Well, you hit him anyway, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, just in case I got a crit.
What'd you do for damage there?
That is going to not be a crit, and that's going to be 4 + 5, so 9 points of damage.
And he is dead. You decapitate him as he hits the ground, Ulrich.
Oh, I didn't have a quote ready. Sorry.
And
I look
all
at
is
the
now
goblin.
silent in the corridor, except for the. His death seemed to be timed with yet another sound of a wave hitting a shore.
I don't really want it, Russ, but I rolled a 1 on my dagger throw, which I assume would have happened.
Yeah, that would be a critical. That would be a fumble. So let's
But
see
you
what
would
the
have
critical
had
fail deck
advantage.
is. Let's go to that.
Well, he was throwing
Thank you
his
for your
dagger.
honesty. I appreciate it.
Oh,
What did you
don't
throw
get
your dagger?
advantage throwing at a prone target.
Actually, you have disadvantage, but he already has disadvantage because he's throwing it against the target next to him. So I don't know. He rolled a 1.
In any case, yeah, he rolled a 1. So snap, your dagger breaks. Snap, you lost a dagger.
Oh, lucky dagger.
Not anymore. All right.
I've had it since I was
Ooh,
a
rough
wee
day
little
for the
minotaur.
characters in the luck front.
I'm very concerned that I don't want the noise that I'm making the corpse make to echo, so I'm going to discontinue that action.
All right. Everything is calmed down, and we can get out of battle mode. What would you guys like to do next?
You said that shelf up there is just like a 10-foot space, nothing behind it.
There's a corridor leading out. If you look up there carefully, now that there's a glowing moonbeam up there, you can, in the faint light of the moonbeam, although actually in your dark vision, now that you're looking around, you can see it anyway. There's a corridor leading out. In fact, I'll clear it up for you here. Let me.
I'll drop the moonbeam so it doesn't accidentally hurt anybody.
Was there a second passage going out this way too, or am I dreaming
Yes.
that?
All right. So now you guys can see, as you have a moment to look, you actually see there are passages leading out of both. Can you guys see them all now?
Yeah.
Passages going in both directions.
You want to drop the moonbeam when you get a chance?
I can get rid of it. Gone.
All right.
All right. A lot of you are a little worse for wear.
Yeah.
Calic's going to take both the javelins.
If you walk with Morden, you'll always reach your destination. I'll stand behind me. You want the? I give you the javelin. You want the javelin? You can have it. I'm going to attempt to climb up to here where the goblin was for us.
Yeah.
Do you want to say just take? I can do it. Or do you want me to roll?
You got to climb. You got to make a climb check again. See if you can.
Russ.
Yes.
I'm gonna with one of my claws, I'm gonna scratch into the dirt or surface that we're on. Rest with a question mark.
I'm gonna have to do that again. I think.
Joe, you will fail. So you're going to take. How much did you fail? What did you roll for total?
9 total.
Yeah, you will fall and hurt yourself. You'll take D6 points of damage. You take 3 points of damage as you fall 10 feet.
All right.
Ow. And then you fall, hit the ground, and lay on your back. You see that your brother in bear form has written rest question mark on the wall.
I think we should make sure we're safe. We don't want to get attacked out here.
I'm gonna sniff the air and see if I can smell any more goblins down the down this corridor. Is this up on a ledge, Russ? Because it looks like it's the floor level.
It's actually up on the ledge, yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna climb in there, and then I'll leave a room for these guys if they want to keep trying, and then I'm gonna sniff around.
All right. Make a perception check with your sniffing.
And I have advantage. I've not been rolling well. 16.
You smell something vaguely reminiscent of bat guano.
Oh. Ooh, giant bats?
My concern is that the last dwarf that slept here died. I point over to the corpse. I
peer over from where he fell and just shake my head. And then I climb back down and pass. I'm going to head over here and smell down this corridor. I don't think I could. Can I squeeze?
Well, you're smelling. Let's let some other folks do some things. So,
Trust me, smell in both corridors.
Okay, I'll stay up here. You go do the other guys.
All right. So, Karlak, what are you going to do?
Let's hear. Karlak's going to take the dash action. I'm going to go over this way 6 spaces and then back this way 6 spaces. Say it's all clear over there.
think he's just taunting Shadeen, who can't dash right now. Shadeen, what are you doing?
I'm gonna limp over here and just see what there is to see down this tunnel.
All right, you make a perception check there.
Oh yeah, those work out great. Send me to scout. 13.
It looks like there's the passage continues, and like you can see several intersections ahead. Ceilings here are only going to be 6 feet high, so it's getting a little narrow. And it looks like even some of it might be getting a little less cleanly carved, and there's some going to be ending in excavated rock faces. Like this section of the area might be a little unfinished.
Sure, it looks like a natural maze over at this end. It's very inhospitable.
Don't say the word maze.
So if we can find a safe place to hole up, we can definitely rest for a short time.
I've got something Euphemia's going to do, Russell.
Go ahead.
Euphemia wants to hop down. I'll take my roll and investigate this goblin using my investigative powers, trying to figure out the connection between this and the Grick. Do they worship it? Do they have like Grick patches on their arms? You know, that kind of thing. It's going to root. Euphemia's going to root through his pockets, see if there's any information. She's looking for intel. Of course, if she comes up with any gems or gold, she'll just go like that, flick it in the air, and Ulrich will catch it.
He's got a Boy Scout Grick patch.
All right.
He keeps baby Gricks in his pocket.
20 to hop down.
Yep.
And investigation. 20. Dirty 20s.
Oh, dirty 20. Okay. You notice the goblin has a pouch, and he has 2 pouches. One of them has some coins in it, about 5 gold worth of various coin denominations in there. And then he's also got a pouch that feels like it's bulging and kind of cool. But when you open it, you're like, ooh, it's a bunch of overly large dead insects. And he's got like maybe 6 or 7 in there. And then also with a nat 20, you can't help but notice his boots look really nice.
I don't know if this changes it, but in candor of honesty, I got dirty 20s.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll investigate those. Pyric. I see some pretty fancy boots on this dirty goblin. Oh, and I'm going to take the insects too. And I take my dagger, slice the cords to the coins, toss those to Ulrich, and then and call Pyric over to investigate the boots because maybe they're magical.
But they're made for walking.
I'll walk all over you.
Oh, when we get a chance to rest there, Euphemia, I'll definitely inspect these.
All right. So Euphemia will pull them off and then also asks Ulrich, though, and says, I don't know. I mean, these boots could be good, but worn by a goblin, ick. Is there any kind of cleansing ritual that a paladin of Moradin can do?
We can perform ceremonies, but I will need more time than we have right now.
Understood.
I hope the toes didn't come off when he came out, when we took him off his feet.
All right. Nice job there. What else
Do we wish to rest for an hour or so before we move on? What do people think of this?
I think perhaps that is a wise idea. I am concerned about the 2 entranceways, but I think we've all sustained a bunch of hits. I mean, thankfully I haven't, but boy, a good thing I didn't, because if I did, I would have been killed.
I am relatively unscathed, but I see the rest of you are taking some blows. Braggadocious one. I look over here. This looks like a safe place, and according to looking up here, it may be unfinished. It may be safer to stay up there, but I prefer to be someplace where I can get at something with Hugh, my axe. Brother, up there, do you think it's safe to camp? We're not going up there.
I walk to the edge, and then I urinate down on. And that's their urine. That's a massive amount of urine.
You can hate me, you can love me, but in the end, only morning can judge me. And it feels like rain. Let us.
That was
camp
definitely a
again.
sign.
And then most people maybe don't know what bear laughing sounds like, but Ulrich does.
The bare necessity.
Laughing.
All right. So what's the plan? Are you guys camping right here?
No.
All right.
Where are we camping, Ulrich?
But we're definitely going to camp, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to say,
By this point, your inability to dash is worn off. It was only a few rounds, so
right. I'm going to say if we camp over here in this area.
all right.
And keep a lookout. That way we have escape route if we need to run, and we can keep an eye on anything coming in from this direction. We'll do our normal encampments where we go by twos. Actually, short rest, we can all stay awake.
Yeah, you don't have to sleep in a short rest.
Yeah. And during this time, I would recommend that we tie ropes up to get up that cliff because it seems like it's a steeper one than normal.
All right. So arrange yourselves in how you want to rest here in your resting formation.
Karlach, bring your light over here.
We can expend 1 hit dice to get back hit points.
You can expend all your hit dice if you want. Now you only get half your hit dice back when you take a long rest. So if you expend more than half of them, and you can also roll them to see how you do. And also, if Karlach feels so inclined, he can sing us a little lullaby that'll heal us more. But you have to spend at least 1 hit die to get the benefit of Karlach's thing.
And you spend 10 minutes at the end. Can you do the inspirational speech thing again, or is that once per day?
I just checked. I can. All we have to do is take a short rest or a long rest, and I can do it again. So we will do that.
So we'll rest an hour and 10 minutes. Yes. I'm going to rest in bear form, Russ, because I have 2 hours of bear form. So, and I'll get my shapes back too. So I'll have an hour of this bear plus 2 more shapes. That'll be nice.
Okay, where do I see my dice? Oh, dice total 4. And then I'm allowed to use as many one at a time until I get.
You can roll one at a time to see what number you get to decide before you use the next one.
Right. You get an additional D6 too on top of that for the first one.
Okay.
And don't forget to record how many hit dice you spent.
That's pretty good for me.
Nice. So the party's resting up for an hour here.
Hour and 10 minutes.
And yeah, with my extra
for an hour, but then I inspire you for 10.
With my extra 10 minutes, I'm going to detect magic on those boots.
Right. Okay. You do detect magic on the boots. But you need to fully understand them, right? You have to spend a long rest attuning to them, right? Does detect magic tell you the nature of them?
I think it is.
Or can I do that? Or can I just use identify on the boots
You
instead?
could do that. That's why identify is cool.
Identify is better for this situation.
All right, then I will use identify instead in my 10-minute ritual cast.
So I use 2 hit dice. I'm going to knock my hit die down.
Yeah, I use 2.
But I'm back up on my wild shape, so that's good.
So it says that I have 4. Is that correct?
Correct. That's
number 4 hit dice. Yeah, you have 1 hit die for each level you are. So
okay, then. That's super.
And you can actually click on underneath the hit die, and it'll give you your modifier when you roll it. So
what's the modifier mean?
It's your Constitution, just a plus for your Constitution.
Oh, okay. Then I'm full. That's great.
Yeah, so you would get 1d6 plus your Constitution for each roll.
Okay.
Plus you get the extra d6 without the modifier from Karlach.
That's great. Then I have recovered.
You see how John and I both clicked our hit dice and it gives you the D10 plus 3 for me and the D8 plus 3 for him. Just that way it adds automatically to use your character.
And Pyric, you should feel really good about this because of your little game you played with befuddling the goblin with the dying creature. He forgot the abilities of his boots, and so I ruled he did not use them because on his feet were these.
Oh, look at
boots
that.
Of striding and springing. He could have easily made it across the chasm. But he forgot in his concern. We're on his feet. Boots of striding and springing. These boots will allow you to make your speeds 30 feet. And when you jump, you can jump 3 times your normal jumping distance.
Whoa. That's great. We have a lot of slow dwarves
Yeah,
and halflings.
I don't need them, so because I spend too much time in animal forms.
Okay. So, and you have the staff of magnificence.
Yeah, well, yes, that absolutely.
You have gotten something recently.
Where does your large staff go in bear form?
What's that?
Where's your large staff going?
That's a very impolite question.
I can.
And I'm very interested.
I can
in
have
the
it meld
answer.
into my body, or I can, if I could be wearing it, I can use it. So obviously, it's melded into my body in some.
Oh
staffy-
yeah, I've
staffy
melded
way.
a couple of staffs into people's bodies before. I understand exactly how that works, Thralric.
Do we finish our short rest, Russ, and our inspirational speech?
Yes, all that happens. And then also, who's going to wear the boots? Just so I know.
Who need like Euphemia? Are you
So
gonna use those kind of things? Is that
So-
a good?
I think that's a thought, but right now Euphemia's not very melee oriented, and it's because one, her hit points are only 30, and her armor class isn't that great. So Euphemia's sort of looking out for maybe magic bow or magic arrows or magic armor or something like that. I'm thinking it should go to our melee combatants, either Shadeen or Ulrich, so they can get in, or even Cowlick, so they can get into position.
There's a whole bunch of things that I want Ulrich to just jump right on. So I offer the boots to Ulrich.
Well, they require attunement, so it takes a long rest before we can use them.
Yeah, but you're so greedy. Maybe you can just will that into happening.
I am truly a dwarf inside. You are right, Master Pyrrhic.
I give them to him, smiling, and give him a hug. And then these are best on you.
Either he or Euphemia would benefit the most because it gives him a 30 base speed. So
Yeah, that's what I'm interested in. He can go tank faster.
But I can't use them until we take a long rest. Is a problem.
Yeah, that's right.
No, that's not a problem. You just hold on to them, and now you have them.
I'll throw
I
them
feel
in my
like they were
backpack.
dwarven boots anyway.
Yeah.
You definitely have to cleanse them because they were worn by a goblin.
Have you smelled Ulrich? He smells like bear urine. This
Oh
is
my
not a problem.
And you smell my brother, he smells like bear and the type that rolls in his own dung. You know what I'm
I
saying?
was just marking my territory.
Whoa, that's a family secret. Okay, then let's keep on going.
All right. Which way are you all heading? And arrange yourself into marching order, please.
Okay. DM Russ, you had been interested. It is the 8 o'clock on your time.
Oh, yes. Thank you. We're going to pause a little early this evening because we have some paperwork to do. So we'll be ending our recording now. I hope everybody enjoyed this session of Roleplay 8 Charisma. Players, don't hang up, though, because we have some paperwork to do after this. And we'll catch you all next time here on the D6 Generation.
That's awesome.
Achievement unlocked. You've made it to the end of another D6 Generation episode, the podcast whose humor has universally been acclaimed as not too horrible. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at info@thed6generation.com. If for some inexplicable reason you actually enjoyed this show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Thanks for listening and happy gaming.